Welcome students to online classes of mathematics for class 8. In this video we are going to study chapter number 11, which is mensuration of NCERT textbook, and here we'll be looking at the exercise 11.3, and we'll be doing only the introduction part and the first 4 questions of exercise 11.3. That's why I have written it as part 1. Okay, and this was session number 4 for this particular chapter. Myself Deepak Godam, GT Mathematics in Kendriya Vidyalaya Sangathan. So let's start with our today's class. The chapter number 11, menstruation, is divided into total 7 subtopics, out of which we have already covered the first 4 subtopics in the previous sessions. Okay, now today we will be looking at the subtopic number 5, which is surface areas of cube, cuboid and the cylinder. Okay, so let's start. So our topic for today is the surface area of cube, cuboid and cylinder. Okay, so first we have the surface area of cuboid. Okay, so this is a general shape of a cuboid which having the 4 faces, and each face is in the shape of a rectangle. Okay, so in this figure we have marked each face as face 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6, and the measurement of each face is given, like for face 1 it is length and this one is height. Okay, for face 2 we have this length and the breadth and so on. So the total surface area of this cuboid is given by the surface area of, we have to add the surface area of each face, that is area of phase 1 plus area of phase 2 plus area of phase 3 plus area of phase 4 plus area of phase 5 plus area of phase 6. Okay, so from this figure you can see the area of phase 1 here is length into height, that is h into l. For phase 2nd it is b into l. Okay, and similarly for the third, b into h plus l into h plus b into h plus l plus b. This is the area of the each face. Like we know the area of rectangle is given by the length into breadth, and the length and the breadth of each face is denoted in the figure. Okay, so after noting this down, you can notice from here that we have this lb, or you can say bh, 2 times we have this lb, and also here, so we get twice of lb. Similarly we have one bh here and one bh here, so we get twice of bh, and what remains is 2 times we get lh and lh, so we also get twice of hl. So after taking 2 common, what we have is 2 into lb plus bh plus hl, and this is the formula to calculate the total surface area of a cuboid. Okay, so which is total surface area of cuboid is given by the formula twice of lb plus bh plus hl. Okay, next we have the area of 4 walls. By the area of 4 walls we means that if we take this cuboid and we have removed its top face and the bottom face, so what we left with only this 4 lateral faces. Okay, so this is called the area of 4 wall, or sometimes also area of lateral faces. Okay, area of lateral faces, which means that if we remove the top and the bottom, like you can see here, the measurement of top face is b into l, and similarly here b into l. That means these bl, twice of bl will be eliminated, so what we get is the twice of bh plus hl. Okay, since h is common for both sides, so we take h outside, so we get the formula as 2h into l plus b. Okay, why we are having only this? Because we are taking only the 4 wall, that means its lateral side, we are not including its top and the bottom face. That means this lb part of this formula will be eliminated, so we get only this bh and hl, or after taking h common, what we get is area of 4 wall is equals to 2h into l plus b. Okay, there can be another case in the cuboid when you find that the cuboid is open from the top side or at the bottom side. Okay, that means we have 4 lateral faces and either top is there or bottom face is there, so it's called area of cuboid when open from top or bottom. It will be open either from top or the bottom face. Okay, in that case what we're going to do is we'll first calculate the area of the whole cuboid, which is twice of lb plus bh plus hl, and then we will minus the area of that face which has been removed. That is, if it is top or the bottom, the area of the both face will be L into B. So we'll calculate the area of the entire cuboid and then we'll minus the area of the top or the bottom face. Okay, so what we get the formula final as twice of LB plus BH plus HL minus LB. Okay, so we have three formulas here. First one is the surface area of the cuboid, which is given by the formula twice of LB plus BH plus HL. Second one is area of four wall, which is 2H into L plus B, and the third one is area of cuboid when it is open from either top or the bottom. Okay, now moving ahead, next we have area of cube. Now you can see we have a cube which has total 6 faces and the measurement of each face is equal. That means each face is made up of a square. Okay, and we know that in a square all the four sides are equal. So if we open this cube, it will appear like this, having 6 faces of each measurement. Considering the length of each side is s, and we know that the area of square is given by the side square, so the area of each face will be s square, s square, s square, s square, and s square, and s square. Okay, again the total surface area of cube will be given by the area of face 1 plus area of face 2 plus area of face 3 plus area of face 4 plus area of face 5 plus area of face 6. Okay, and since each face is made up of a square, and we know the area of square is a side into side, that is side square. So we got the area of face 1 as side square plus side square plus side square plus side square or side square. After adding all this, we get the area as 6 times side square. Okay, that is 6s square. That is the total surface area of a cube. Okay, in similar way, if you are asked to calculate the area of four walls or the area of lateral faces only, again lateral face means we have removed the top and the bottom both faces, so what we left with only the 4 lateral faces. Okay, that means again, since area of each face is again s square, so we'll get the final formula as 4 times s square, that is 4s square. Okay, since 2 faces top and the bottom have been removed. Next is area of cube when open from top or the bottom. Okay, so now if we have a cube who is open from either top or the bottom, that means one of its face have been removed, so we are left with only the 5 faces and area of each face is equal, which is s square, so we get the formula as 5s square. Okay, so again we have the 3 formulas here. First one is the total surface area of the cube, which is given by 6 times s square, since we have the each face in the shape of a square and the measurement of each face is equal, so we got the surface area of cube as 6 times s square. And if we take the area of 4 wall, that will be only 4 times s square, and we have a cube which is open from either top or the bottom, that means one of its face have been removed, so in that case area formula for the area will be 5 times s square. Okay, so this is the formulas for surface area of cube. Now moving ahead to the next one, that is the surface area of a cylinder. Okay, you must all be aware about the shape of a cylinder. Okay, so if we open a cylinder, this middle part, which is blue colored, will turn out to be a rectangle, and then we have the top and the bottom in the shape of a circle. Okay, so the surface in case of cylinder, we have 2 types of area. First is curved surface area, that means the area of the lateral face, and we have total surface area of cylinder. Okay, so first one is the curved surface area of cylinder is given by the length and the breadth of rectangular sheet. So this we have rectangular sheet, the multiplication of its length and breadth will give us the curved surface area of the cylinder. Okay, the length of this sheet is this 2 pi r, so the length of the sheet is 2 pi r, and then we multiply this h. Okay, so the formula turns out to be 2 pi r h, which is the formula to calculate the curved surface area of the cylinder. Okay, curved surface area means we are only taking the lateral surface, we are not including the top or the bottom. Okay, both have been excluded. Next one is total surface area of a cylinder. Okay, now the total means we have the curved surface and also the top and the bottom face. Okay, so the total surface area of the cylinder is given by the curved surface area plus area of the top face plus area of the bottom face. That means curved surface area we have already calculated above, which is 2 pi rh, and the both top and the bottom face are circular, and we know the area of circle is given by pi r square plus pi r square. Okay, So this will be 2 pi r h plus pi r square plus pi r square will be 2 pi r square. Okay, now you will see we have 2 common, we have pi common, r, and also 1 r common. So we'll take 2 pi r s common, so what remain inside is h plus r. Okay, so this is the formula to calculate the total surface area of cylinder. Okay, so here we have two formula. First one is the curved surface area, in short we call it as CSA, which stands for curved surface area. And then we have total surface area, which is in short called as TSA. So CSA and TSA. CSA stands for curved surface area and TSA stands for total surface area. Okay, in case of cylinder, when we are talking about the curved surface area, we are taking only the lateral face, and when we talk about the total surface area, that means we are including the top and the bottom face to the lateral surface. Okay, so these are the few formulas which are of cube, cuboid and cylinder, which will be useful for the solving the question of exercise 11.3. Okay, now let's move to the exercise 11.3. The question number 1 of 11.3 is, there are two cuboidal boxes as shown in the adjoining figure. Which box requires the lesser amount of material? Okay, so we have two boxes as given in the figure, box which are named as box A and the B, and the measurement of both the boxes is given in the figure. Okay, so we have to find which box requires lesser amount of material to make. That means we need to calculate the total surface area of each box, and then we'll check which one is lesser. Okay, so let's start the answer with the box A. Let's write answer number 1. We first calculate the total surface area of box A. Okay, so let's write its given information. So we have here, we have the length of this box L is given as 60 centimeter, breadth B is given as 40 centimeter, and its height H is 50 centimeter. Okay, so let's write now the total surface area of cuboidal box A is equals to, we know the formula to calculate the total surface area of cube is twice of L into B, that is breadth, length into breadth, plus B into H, that is breadth into height, plus H into L, that is height into length. Okay, now let's insert the values in the formula. We have to multiply to L into B. L here is 60 into B is 40, then we have plus B into H means 40 into 50, plus H into L means 50 into 60, then we write the common unit, which is centimeter square. Now let's multiply the numbers. We have 60 into 40 will give us 2400, plus this 40 into 50 will give us 2000, that is 2000, plus 50 into 60 will give us 3000, then common unit is centimeter square. Now let's add the all the number inside the bracket. We have 3000 plus 2000 is 5000, 5000 plus 4000, 2400 is 7400 centimeter square. After multiplying the two, we'll get the result as 14,800 centimeter square. So this is the total surface area of the cuboidal box A. Now let's do it for the box B now. We have in this box B, all the measurements are equal, that is 50 in length, breadth, all three measurements are 50 each. Okay, so let's write it. We have length L of this box is equals to 50 centimeter. Okay, so we'll write now the total surface area of cubical box B is given by 6 times side square, that is L square. Okay, so we have 6, L here is 50, square unit is centimeter square. Okay, so this will be, we have 650 square is 2500 centimeter square. Okay, when you multiply the two, the result is 15,000 centimeter square. Now you can see, out of the two, we have the area of the box A is lesser, which is 14,800, while the surface area of box B is 15,000. Okay, so we'll write here surface area of cuboidal box A is lesser than cubical box B. Hence, cuboidal box A requires lesser material to make. Okay, so after calculating the total surface area of the two boxes, we find out that the surface area of box A is lesser than the surface area of box B. Okay, that means box A requires lesser material to make. Now moving to the next question, which is the question number 2 of exercise 11.3. says a suitcase with the measure 80 centimeter, 48 centimeter and 24 centimeter is to be covered with tarpaulin cloth. How many meters of tarpaulin of width 96 centimeters required to cover 100 such suitcases? Okay, so we have a suitcase which is in the shape of a cuboid. Okay, like this, whose measurements are given. Length is its 80 centimeter, breadth is 48 and height is 24 centimeter. Okay, so we need to cover these with tarpaulin cloth. So we are given the measurement of the box, or you can say suitcase, so we can easily calculate its total surface area. Then there are total 100 such suitcases, so we'll multiply the total surface area of one box with the 100, so we'll get the total surface area of the 100 suitcases. Okay, and we need to cover those suitcases with tarpaulin cloth. That means a cloth is generally in the shape of a rectangle like this, whose width is given, which is 96 centimeter. Okay, we need to calculate its length L here. Okay, so first we'll calculate total surface area of a cuboidal box. So let's start the answer number 2. Okay, so we'll write the given information first. So let's write, we have the length of suitcase is 80 centimeter, breadth of suitcase is 48 centimeter, and height of suitcase is 24 centimeter. Now we are going to use this measurement to find the total surface area of one suitcase. Okay, so right now the total surface area of one suitcase will be given by the formula of the cuboidal box. Okay, that is twice of LB plus BH plus HL. Okay, let's insert the values here. We have 2 L into B. L here is 80 into B is 48. We have plus B into L, that means 48 into 24 plus HL is 24 into 80, then common unit is centimeter square. Now we have to solve this to find its answer. So we have this 2 multiplied to this 80 into 48 will result into 3840. Then 48 into 24 will result as 1152 plus this 24 into 80 will result as 1920 centimeter square. Okay, now let's add the numbers of all the numbers of inside the bracket. After adding all the numbers inside the bracket, we'll get it as 6912 centimeter square. And now we have to multiply this by 2, so we'll get the result it as 13,824 centimeter square. Okay, so that is the total surface area of one cuboidal box, or you can say suitcase. Okay, now we can calculate the total surface area of 100 such suitcases. Okay, so we'll write, therefore total surface area, that is TSA, of 100 suitcases will be equals to 100 into the total surface area of one box, that is 13824 centimeter square. After multiplying the numbers, we'll get 1382400 centimeter square. So this is the total surface area of 100 suitcases. Okay, now we have to cover these suitcases with the tarpaulin cloth. Okay, so we'll write, now the amount of tarpaulin cloth required, that is the area of tarpaulin cloth required, it will be equals to the area of these 100 suitcases. Okay, that is the area of tarpaulin cloth will be equals to total surface area of suitcases. Okay, so we have the area of tarpaulin cloth, which is in the shape of rectangle, will be given by the length into breadth, that is length into breadth, that is equals to the total surface area of 100 suitcases. Okay, and the breadth of this tarpaulin cloth is given, which is 96 centimeter. Okay, so at the place of breadth we can write, we have this length and breadth is 96 centimeter equals to 1382400 centimeter square. So from here, length will be 1382400 divided by 96 centimeter. After solving this, we'll get the result as 14400 centimeter. Okay, as you can see in the question, we are asked how many meters. That means we need to convert this centimeter into meter, so this will be 144, because in order to convert centimeter into meter, we have to divide this by 100, so this will result as 144 meter. Okay, so we'll write, hence 144 meters of tarpaulin cloth is required. That's the answer. Okay, so that length of the tarpaulin cloth required is 144 meters. Okay, so that's the answer of the question number 2 of exercise 11.3. Now moving to the next question, which is question number 3. It says find the side of a cube whose surface area is 600 centimeters square. Okay, this is a very simple question. Let's write its answer number 3. What we are given here is that surface area of a cube. So let's write surface area of cube is given to us, which is 600 centimeters square. Okay, we need to find its side, and we know the surface area of cube is given by the 6 times side square. Okay, so let's first consider its side to be as centimeter. Okay, so let's write let the length of each side of cube is equals to s centimeter. Okay, so we can write now surface area of cube is given by the formula 6 times side square. Okay, and the surface area of the cube is given to us, which is 600 centimeters square, and we have the 6 side we have taken as s, so this will be s square. So from here s square will be 600 divided by 6 centimeter square, or the s square from here will be 600 centimeter square. When we find the square root of this 100, we'll get the s as 100 centimeter, or s will be equals to 10 centimeter. Okay, simply find the square root of the 100, which is 10. That means the length of the side of the cube is 10 centimeter. Okay, so let hence the side of cube is 10 centimeter. Okay, so the length of the side of the cube is 10 centimeter. Okay, so that's the answer of the question number 3. Now moving to the next one. Question number 4 is Ruxar painted the outside of the cabinet of measure 1 meter, 2 meter into 1.5 meter. That means length is 1 meter, breadth is 2 meter, and height is 1.5 meter. Now we have to find how much surface area did she cover if she painted all except the bottom cabinet. Okay, so we have this cabinet box which is painted by the Ruxar from the outside. Okay, so she has painted all the surface except the bottom one. Okay, so we are going to use the formula of the area of cuboid when it is open from the bottom. Okay, so let's first write the given measurements. We have answer number 4. Okay, so let's write what we have is we are given the measurement of the cabinet. Okay, length of cabinet is equals to 1 meter, breadth of cabinet is 2 meter, and the height of cabinet is 1.5 meter. Why I have taken them as? Because the first measurement will give the length, second will give us the breadth, and the third one give us the height. Okay, so length is 1 meter, breadth is 2 meter, and height is 1.5 meter. Okay, now let's calculate the total surface area of this box when it is open from the bottom side. Okay, so we have now surface area of cabinet to be painted is equals to, so we are going to use the formula, that is the total surface area of cuboid, which is given by the twice of LB plus BH plus HL, and then we are going to subtract the bottom face from here, and the measurement of bottom faces is L into P. Okay, this will give us the total surface area of the entire cabinet, but its bottom face is not being painted, so we'll minus the area of the bottom face. Okay, now let's insert the values in this formula. We have 2, L into B means 1 into 2, plus we have B into H is 2 into 1.5, plus HL means 1.5 into 1, then we have minus L into B. L into B is 1 into 2. Okay, so let's solve this. We have 2 outside, inside the bracket we have 1 into 2 is 2, plus 2 into 1.5 will give us 3, plus 1.5 into 1 will again give us 1.5, then we have minus 1 into 2 is 2, and the common unit is meter square here also. Okay, now let's solve this. We have 2 plus 3 is 5, 5 plus 1.5 is 6.5, then we have 2 and common unit is meter square. So this 6.5 into 2 will give us 13, minus 2 meter square will be equals to 11 meter square. That's the area of the cabinet which is to be painted by the Rukhsar. Okay, so we'll write hence area of the surface to be painted is 11 meter square. Okay, hence area of cabinet to be painted is 11 meters square. Okay, so that's the answer of the question number 4 of exercise 11.4. Okay, so that's all for this session. We'll be covering the remaining question in the next session of this exercise. Okay, next part of this exercise. So that's all for now. Thanks for joining here, everyone. Thank you.